Alright, we're back. And
Hello.
as you can see, we're sitting in our brand new living room looking at the sunset. Let's show y'all what we did around the house. So, we added a few decorations and it looks so good. Sydney
It
did most
finally
of it.
feels comfy.
Yeah, right? Sydney did most of it. She really went in on the interior design for the living room. But let's show y'all. We got these jars. We need to fill this with like water. These are really cool. You can store potions in them and all types of stuff. Not
Even
the most.
cookies and
Yeah,
desserts. So
it's not
cute.
the most conventional, but like it's cool. Got some flower pots with some new flowers we found a while ago. This clock, we made it kind of like a grandfather clock. Pretty cool. Table with books, little bookshelves right here with more books stacked. And honestly, this item shelf with the potato I really like. And dude, my personal favorite though has got to be the boat in a jar. That's so sick. I really like that one. Upstairs, we even got some decorations going, or just a little bit. We added a carpet up here. Let's sleep before we get into telling y'all what we're gonna build today. Okay, so today's build is low-key an ambitious one
Very.
because we need to get a lot of materials for it and we gotta travel to a lot of new places for it, but
Yes.
it's gonna be the library. So the goal with this build is to expand further out this way, and it's kind of to help cover up this really ugly sightline right here into that other biome.
Because it's not like the biome is ugly, it's just very harsh of a change.
That's just not it, honestly. It's a pretty big build. I mean, you've probably seen it in the thumbnail already, but we've got a pretty cool plan for it. Pretty cool interior. All that. It's just gonna require a ton of resource gathering. Lots of stones, lots of different wood types. But yeah, last time we built the custom trees, and we've actually got another one that we plan putting in as well. So I'm really excited to do that. That's gonna be fun. Although I do think the design I made for it does need to be shapen up a little bit because it looks a little wonky, but I'll fix that when that time comes. Yeah, okay, I think we're gonna get into the resource gathering because it really is a lot. I'm not sure what the exact numbers are. I could check, but it's quite a bit. So yeah, once we're back from that, we'll start with the build.
Hello, welcome to this episode of By the Biome. Come join us as we explore the world and its beauty. Join us on the sandy beaches, where below the blanket of blue lies the radiant coral reef. Is the heat not for you, then? Come and visit the snowy peaks, where mountain goats reside. Be wary of the harsh climate and dress warm. Traverse quickly if you don't want it to see you. While you're at it, visit the Terracotta Mountains in the mesa. The land is barren, yet full of light. Last but not least, join us in the Redwood Forest. Stare in wonder at the vast forest of huge trees. Now remember, deep in the Redwood Forest, no one can hear you scream. That about wraps up this episode of By the Biome. Turn in next time, where more adventures await.
Okay, so we got almost all of the materials we need for the build. Everything that was like easy to get, we got it. So we got some, well, okay, the mahogany log. We picked up some other stuff on the way because we just like found it and we figured like it would be worth picking this stuff up, getting the saplings so we don't have to go back. But we went to get redwood. We got some cowlin. We got some terracotta. We got some brain coral. But yeah, then we got some more brain coral, more fur logs, more cowlin, more redwood, and then just some stuff we found on the way. I really love these lilies, so I picked up a ton of them on the way here. But this was all the stuff. This was all the stuff we really needed to get. We really just needed the terracotta from the Badlands, the brain coral, and we didn't need much of it, so we didn't get too much of it. And it was really just like the fir logs and the redwood that we had to go super far away for. But the rest of the stuff we need is in the Nether, and I hate that place. I hate it. I'm not doing it right now. Probably for the time being, we're probably going to do the more mundane material gathering, like however much stone, tuff, and deep slate we need for the build. Because I could not be bothered to go to the Nether to get the things we need. So.
No.
Yeah.
Tired. My legs hurt.
Yeah. It's too much.
I want to go to bed.
But, yeah, fact. So it has been a few days. We've been really busy, but we finally gathered all the resources we needed to get this build started. It's going to be the library. And a few things have happened since then. One thing has been specifically pretty sad. While we were out looking for bookshelves at other villages, Sydney's horse suffocated in a wall and died.
I did cry. We
Yeah.
weren't filming. Thankfully, I didn't want that on film.
So,
Very sad. I still have his armor and saddle, but dude,
used
now,
her
not
leather
the time.
to turn her into books for a bookshelf, though.
Dude,
Yeah,
I
Sydney's-
grieve in a different way than you would grieve. Okay,
I'm gonna put something special right
this is-
here.
this is too much being in here. I feel
Rest in peace.
no. That makes me sick.
Anyway, we're gonna get into building this library, and that's not all we're building. We're gonna put a custom tree next to it as well. I think I said that earlier, but it's been a few days, so I don't remember what was last said. So yeah, we're gonna get into this build, and we'll see you guys when it's done. Alright, so this is the library. No. This is the rock that we built
The
that we're gonna
library,
put.
yeah.
Yeah, bro. This is the rock that we are going to build the library on.
But I think we need more terraforming. But
Yeah,
it's not turning out so far. We want to add some
Yeah.
more rock on the side of it.
If you're wondering why we have this like dirt thing just going across,
We need
'cause we
the
need this
grass
grass.
to spread. We need it
you know
all
what?
over. What?
I could get a silk touch, but okay, you know what? Hold on. You know what? While y'all are here, might as well just like show y'all what we have going on. We got some librarians over here because we needed bookshelves for this build, obviously. So we have 2 librarians, and you won't believe the trades we got. 7 emerald silk touch book and 10 emerald mending book. Pretty good. We really just needed a librarian for the bookshelf trade. But I mean, those 2 enchants are a really nice bonus. I'm done rambling. We're going to finish the rest of this build. That is the build. That's the
So
library. It's so, yeah.
I
So,
like it.
okay, hold on. So, let me do it like this real quick. As you can see, there's no interior yet. It's all built up though, the structure. But for once, we're gonna get a structure going. I mean, not an interior. Y'all are gonna see us do an interior for like the first time ever.
Probably.
But I'm gonna do it the cool way. So I'm gonna do a fun little editing trick. I'm gonna look down right here, and when I look up, there's gonna be an interior in the building. And this is the interior. I think it looks really nice. And what was that?
Don't worry about it.
Before we give the tour inside of here, I guess we should kind of talk about what we were trying to do with this build. And it's not even done yet because we need to put the tree right here.
And then we have a surprise later on.
This is the build. And I know y'all kind of saw it already, but this is the build. And we wanted to try a few things this time creatively. So one of those things was that we didn't want to do an overhang like how we do with most of our roofs. Like you can see over there that the dark oak is kind of like lining the build, and there's an overhang to create the shadows. But with this one, we kind of wanted to manipulate color to cast an artificial shadow, or like create the illusion of a shadow. And whenever you're sitting back far away, like viewing it from right here, I think
I think we did it.
I think we did good.
I captured it. Yeah.
Maybe not as good as like other builders can do it, but I do think this looks really nice. The goal was to make it kind of like witchy.
Eclectic.
And
yeah.
like
Eclectic and witchy, I think.
yeah, like it's an old library that's probably been here long before all the other buildings.
Obviously, it's very separated from town. It's pretty far away.
We kind of wanted to make it look like this rock was like much bigger than it is, as if they like took the materials from the rock and like built the library like almost into the rock, which is kind of why you see, well, one, you kind of see the rock like eating the building, but two, that's to kind of like I've learned that with building, like 90-degree angles can be kind of ugly, so you want to like break it up, and that does a good job at like making it kind of, you know, you get like a little curve, and it's not a 90-degree angle. Same thing with the grass. Although like that is a 90-degree angle, the grass kind of like breaks it up and makes it not so prominent. Yeah, I mean, we did a few other things. We used a lot of buttons, some glow lichen. We used some of this light gray terracotta because it looked really good with the sea coral, the brain coral. You could kind of see the color, like that right there is that right there, and then to soften the transition between the light gray and all the other grays, you throw a stone button on it. Same thing with the moss, so the green isn't so like out there, you throw the glow lichen on there. And since this is so much darker than this, you just throw a button on there. We kind of applied some other building technique that like we haven't generally done, and
Yeah.
it was really fun. I really liked this build. I really like where it's at,
Came out,
especially that roof
yeah.
right there on top of the tower. Sydney designed that, and that's probably it's so sick. Enough of me rambling about the exterior. We wanted to really do a real library that kind of had like a row of bookshelves. So we did it like this, and I think that kind of gets the point across. This is supposed to be like the thing that like moves. And there's a trapdoor right here, and y'all are probably wondering why. It's a surprise for later. We'll show y'all at the end of the video. Down here is kind of like a little reading nook, and this was our best attempt at making like a little lamp, and I think it looks pretty lamp-like. We got the skull with the candle on top of it. I think this comes from supplementaries. Upstairs, this is for our librarians. This is where they'll be staying.
I like to think that they're a little different.
They're a little cuckoo, you know?
Well, I like to specifically think that this person, you know, is a big florist, but maybe doesn't like books too much, but is like kind of like best friends with this like really avid book reader. And so like they moved together in here to run the bookstore together, and this friend is just supporting this one who just obviously you can tell like there's touches of flowers and the books of course scattered. I love this.
This is pretty much the whole build, and I mean it's small, but it's very quaint and cozy. I really like the shape of the building. I like how it's kind of helping cover up that sight line I was talking about. Although, like, we can't fully cover it up, but we can at least distract the eye so that you don't see it as much. We'll see you guys once the build is, like, done as, like, a whole. I think we did it again.
Yeah.
I think we did it again. You can kind of see what's going on out there through the window. Let's go out. Let's take a step out and take a look at what we've been doing. So there's a new tree. This is our first time. This is our first time kind of viewing it from up here.
Yeah, taking a step
And it
back.
looks nice.
It's good. I like it.
Let's go look at what we
Check
did
out.
inside. I know
Yeah.
y'all saw the interior already. I think we gave y'all a little tour. Hey. Yeah, that's why you're burning to death. Interior has stayed the same, but we've got some tenants now. Our two librarians up here. This one's got mending, this one's got silk touch. I think I already told y'all that, but
And I think it's time to revisit this.
oh yeah, okay. Yeah, we have a surprise down here. Oh my god. Okay, Sydney, give us a tour, because you
Okay,
did most of this.
so let's go ahead
All
and
of it, actually.
introduce. Let's introduce our. Hold up. on, man. Okay,
this
this is
is
Vladimir.
Vladimir
Vlad
the
for
Hermit.
short. He's a hermit.
We call him Vlad, yeah.
Vlad for short. He spends all of his time with his chicken, his baby chicken that he's raised. He's always with the chicken, always. This is his nice home. He's a hermit. So, this is his bedroom. He's not bad. He's kind of a little weirdo. He's got some skulls, some weird hats. Of course, his plants aren't doing too well, no matter where you look. They're all dead. But the glowstone, that's different.
Yeah, his plants are dead. How all the leaves he put down here are dying.
Yeah. This was actually a tree that killed.
Oh, that's sick. That's sick, yeah.
I know.
Actually. Yeah.
This is an underwater river we have going through. And this is his nice little enchanting area that we have been borrowing for the time being.
Yeah. Vladimir
course.
is a hermit, but
Yes.
even though he's a hermit, he goes by Vladimir the Hermit, but he's a wizard. This is actually something I added right here. We had
So cool.
another idea for something right here. Originally, we were going to use the glass trick to kind of make it look like a void. Like he just
Oh, that
had
was
this
good.
like black void in the center of his I don't want to say enclosure. That sounds inhumane. His home. It doesn't sound inhumane. It is inhumane.
no.
But
He chose to be here, guys.
he chose to be here. We definitely
Like,
didn't snag him out of the Fletcher's house and put him down here. Anyway, this is like it's a pedestal. I think it comes from supplementaries. And
I like how it's spinning. It's so
yeah,
cool.
I just put an emerald on there, and this is kind of like, I don't know, just a decoration to kind of fill in some space.
And can I just say, coming next to these bubbles, listen to that noise.
Oh yeah.
That is just so ambient. I love that. I love that dearly.
Another thing that I would like to touch on is these lanterns right here. These are so sick.
You hip hop.
This is from the Chipped mod, and I don't know which one it is, but we
It's just
originally
called
wanted
the-
to have candles, but we don't have a honey farm. That was the replacement, and honestly, I think it works out a lot better than the candles.
I think it suits him better.
Yeah, I think it suits him better,
Because
just having
candles-
the open flame right next to his chicken that he loves. Also, these dripstones are also from the Chipped mod. You're able to
Love
make like
chips.
dripstone variants.
Andesite and
And this
diorite.
is, yeah, so we use some of these to kind of get that, just a more unique look. Dude, I think that's it. Let's see what else is, what else I'd like to see. The tree looks really good from up on the hill, but I'd like to see it
And from the
from
town. Just
yeah,
saying.
let's go see it from the
check it
town
out.
real quick. Goal from here on out for me is to kind of pair each building with the tree. I think that'd be cool. That looks good from town. I think we did a pretty good job. It all came together really well. This is so far my favorite build. Texturing wise, and with like all the use of color and all of the like just I think this has to be
decorations. Yeah.
one of our best builds that we've worked on collaboratively. Unfortunately, I think that's all we've got time for right now.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, this video is probably running a little longer than the last one, but that's okay. With that being said, love you guys. Thanks for watching if you stuck around to the end.
Bye, y'all. Have a good
But
night.
yeah, we're heading out. Good night. It's like 1 in the morning.